event. In the streets, all mental DJ Absurd. We got the hip hop legend, an icon from the West Coast, all the way from Los Angeles, California. Ras Kass in the building.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You just got off stage from the Writer's Block tour right out here in Rahway, New Jersey.
Man, blessing. It was
I want to
amazing.
say thank you for coming out, and I just had to.
Thanks for having me.
I've just been a fan of your music from Soul on Ice when that dropped in '96.
Yeah,
I've been a fan of all of that, and I loved you in the interview that you did in The Art of Rap with Ice-T.
Oh man, he's a big brother, man. He's seen more than I ever.
And I even have some unreleased tracks from the Four Horsemen EP with you, Cannabis, Corrupt, and Killer
We ain't got all of them.
Cannabis, Corrupt. Well,
I am the new gatekeeper.
Well, it was just this thing I got it from back in 2008. It was like something they were supposed to come out, but didn't. But long story short,
that thing don't count. We got like 10 new songs.
But yeah, but you're a very super lyrical MC, and I must say,
is that a bad thing?
No.
They're starting to make me feel like it's a bad thing. Well, they made me feel like it was
it's
a bad
great thing to be super lyrical, but what I want to know is that being super lyrical, how do you feel? Do you feel that when you hear some of the new hip hop coming out that's not as lyrical, do you feel like, what is this, or what am I doing? Or am I outshining some of these MCs? And
I'll be perfectly honest. It's not to throw anybody under the bus. In 2000 or maybe 2001, Double XL, I wrote a song called TV Guide. I basically wrote a story based on every show on TV, and they called me over lyrical, and that broke my heart because that made me feel overqualified for my job.
Because, and that's my thing
so
when
no
I hear
anti, but those are written by the people that go to college to get the jobs to write about hip hop.
And this is my thing, and that's what gets me with a lot of these new blogs and magazines. They don't know about hip hop. They're not fans. They're just there or they just tell you what's hot for the moment.
Right. Well, that's why New York created the term hot, and I never liked the term.
So how do you feel? So when you
I like talented. Talent evolved.
But in an interview, it was Waka Flocka and French Montana, a vocal reporter, saying that you don't have to be super lyrical. And how do you feel about that?
It's not about Biz Markie wasn't super lyrical, but
or that lyrics don't matter. That was the exact word.
Well, see, that's what I don't believe. Biz Markie gave me something. Tribe Called Quest. Tip wasn't busting the most complicated. It ain't about being the most complicated. It's about being who you are. Right. You know, I can listen to a Jeezy and love the fact that he could just give me trap music. But if it ain't who you are and you just playing a gimmick, that's what I don't respect. And some people are gimmicky because at the same time, hip hop, when I learned hip hop, when I paid attention, there were at least 10 different kinds of people that sold records that were really good and that I enjoyed and I respected. And that's Tribe Called Quest, the Biz Markie, and Big Daddy Kane, and KRS-One, and Rakim, and W.A. Too Short.
My question is,
we had the plethora, if you mind me saying, the plethora of talent, as opposed to straight corny ass niggas. I don't understand a corny nigga that becomes whatever it takes to win.
And now my thing with you, with that being said, I see how you mentioned the people that you idolize and looked up to. How do you feel when the younger generation kids say, yo, I respect what you do, and I grew up listening to you, and that's how I felt. I grew up listening to you. We're like, wow,
yeah. You know what? You know what's crazy for me is I was fighting. I was young, trying to act older. I knew nobody would respect me if I wasn't 18. I created that brand for myself. Even in the streets, my grandmother helped do that for me to make me older than I was, because I already knew if some 14-year-old boy is telling the 18-year-old boy what to think and having a perception and a reality, they said I had an old soul. And I still do have an old soul. I'm a kid at heart with an old soul. I guess that's kind of what I was my whole life. I want to have fun. I want to do dumb shit. I want to hang with my friends. I have my own, personal issues. But I feel blessed if somebody says, look, man, I imparted some information from you. Because that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my information I didn't get from my father, or I don't have no brothers. Hip hop was my brother.
That's the same way I feel about the culture. Hip hop made me who I am today.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. I fell in love. Hip hop became my best friend.
West or
East Coast,
or
and it didn't matter where it was from, as long as it sounded good.
Brothers.
And the thing I wanted to also ask you is that, do you have any other groups that you're working? I know you did the Four Horsemen project. Well, you guys were in Four Horsemen. Do you have any other groups that you're working with?
The only thing I'm doing right now is me and Apollo Brown. We're doing Well, hopefully I can finish Fila, but I don't know yet.
You doing an album together?
Yeah, me and Apollo.
And you know, he's one of my new favorite producers, Apollo Brown. That's one of my favorite new producers, Apollo Brown. The way when he goes, when the beast is.
He goes in. He's a beast.
He's a beast.
So, me and Apollo, we're doing How to Kill God.
That's the name of the album?
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But what's the meaning behind that?
I would never tell you. Listen to it.
Okay.
It's just, it's a concept. So it's called How to Kill God.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about how now we're in the digital age with record stores shutting down and now?
I'm not mad at that. It's survival. It's evolution. Survival of the fittest.
Because
like, sometimes it's survival of the wackest, corniest dudes. But I think things will plateau. Right now we have all these things. Some people are getting attention, but eventually, unless you keep it is infinite. It's infinite space. So there's so many things that can catch your attention. But what I watch is a trend. Like people just like to watch cats, and that's weird to me.
Well, also my next thing to you is as you know, Lord Jamar's made those statements about white people in hip hop. I asked Copyright his opinion. He gave me his take. How do you feel about Lord? What do you think of Lord Jamar's opinion when he made that statement about how white people don't have a say or don't try to redecorate the house of hip hop with Macklemore talking about the gays and homosexuals in hip hop, and also about white people and about how they're trying to. He goes, "This isn't your house. Don't try to tell us what to do." Or how do you feel?
I would never negate or disrespect Lord Jamar. He's a foundation in hip hop. They made punks jump up to get beat down, and the truth of the matter is, I would say he has some fucking stock in this, and his opinion is fucking totally accurate. There was a time when we said faggot. It had nothing to do with homosexuality. You was a faggot nigga because you was a coward nigga. And then MTV, their song is the one that got pulled because, and he did talk about sexuality, or they did. Whatever. We made this. They don't get to tell us what to do until we let them tell us what to do. So, actually, if you really want me to fucking have to put my shit down, I'm rolling with Lord Jamar any given Sunday.
Okay.
As I should. And I grew up Catholic, so it is what it is.
And I grew up Catholic as well, but I want to say thank you for coming through, Ras Kass, and coming through on the Right of the Block tour and everything else. And you got to come back when you do another show,
let me qualify that too. I don't care if dudes is gay. It's like the motherfucking Seinfeld episode. Not that there's anything wrong with that. My whole thing is, I'm sick of, I don't need my sons thinking it's cool to suck dicks, because that ain't what it is, and acting like a girl. I want my sons to be men, because if black men broke down, we wouldn't even be here no more. And that's my issue.
Nothing wrong with that. Again, Enter the Streets, the WKJ 90.3.
So I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater.
Ras Kass, West Coast hip hop legend in the building.
Yes,
Thank you again, bro. Peace and blessings.
My love.